Hey everyone, so we are now going to be looking at the Edexcel new specification, the Pearson Edexcel new specification for Spanish. And this is part of the speaking exam where you're going to be reading aloud a text that you will have seen in advance. So you'll have time to prepare the read aloud and you'll have a look at the text and you'll have the opportunity to read it aloud before you actually go in to do the exam with your examiner, with probably your teacher. And so it's always a good idea to have a look, first of all, and see what the topic is on, because you'll have two questions after you've read aloud the text that you will then need to answer on this topic. So this topic is about lifestyle and well-being. So the follow-up questions that you'll need to give two short answers to will be about lifestyle and well-being. So in terms of exam technique, there's no rush. You don't need to gabble your words out. You'll be examined on your pronunciation and your intonation of the Spanish that you're saying aloud. So pay attention to, obviously, to spelling, to accents, where the stress is going to go on the word. And don't rush. You don't need to speak really quickly. So you're just going to have a few moments just to have a look at the text first of all and to prepare your brain for what you're going to hear. So if you want to pause the video now and then have a read through. And then we're now going to read the text. So if you want to read it along with me, or if you want to say it aloud first of all and then compare it to how I pronounce it, then pause the video now. Okay, so I'm going to read this aloud, whether you've said this already or whether you want to say it after I've said it, depending on your preparation, how you want to go about this, that's entirely up to you. Cada miércoles intento jugar al voleibol. Con el horario que tengo, nunca encuentro tiempo para pertenecer a clubes. Pero me apetece empezar al baloncesto de silla de ruedas, ya que parece divertido. Pienso que la mayoría de los jóvenes no hace suficiente ejercicio y que son menos activos que antes. Okay, so we've got a few key things that I want to draw your attention to. Obviously, the J in jugar, first of all, make sure you're pronouncing that as a H. The V, make sure that's being pronounced as a B, voleibol. El horario, that the H is completely silent. This word here, encuentro, so a CU is a K sound. Pertenecer or pertenecer, both are fine, both are acceptable pronunciations. And clubes, so if a word ends in a consonant in Spanish, you need to put an ES to make it plural, not just an S. Me apetece or me apetece, both are fine. Empezar or empezar, both acceptable pronunciations. This is tricky here, ruedas, ruedas. It's quite a mouthful. Parece or parece, both are fine. Your stress on mayoría, mayoría. And then here, jóvenes, a H sound, jóvenes. Suficiente or suficiente, both are fine. Again, quite a mouthful here, quite a challenging word. Ejercicio. If you want to say that 3 times to yourself, break it down. Ejercicio. Ejercicio would also be good. And I think they're the main things that you need to draw your attention to. So now we come on to the questions. We have 2 questions here that your teacher or your examiner, whoever's doing your exam, will ask you. And again, you won't see these written down, but your teacher will say them slowly. ¿Qué ¿Qué te gusta hacer para mantenerte en forma? Have a think about what you think that means. What do you like to do to keep yourself fit? And use the question to help you form the answer. So you could say, for example, me gusta plus the infinitive. So me gusta jugar al fútbol. Me gusta hacer yoga. Me gusta jugar al tenis. And that would be a simple answer. You can give an opinion as well. Ya que es divertido. Porque es guay. Guay is always a great word to use because it doesn't need to agree. Y me gusta hacer ejercicio, if you want to use that word again. Then this one here, ¿cuál es tu opinión de hacer deportes en equipo? Have a think about what this is asking you and what this word equipo means. So equipo means team, okay? So even if you couldn't work out that word means team, then just give an opinion. You're obviously being asked, ¿cuál es tu opinión? Okay? So, creo que, pienso que, en mi opinión es, and then give an opinion. And then obviously if you do know that deportes en equipo, if you did know that meant sports, like team sports, then you can say something like, creo que son divertidos. Creo que son buenos. Okay? O creo que hacer deportes en equipo es fantástico. Okay? And so have a think about how you would answer that. You don't need to give a huge amount of information. Just make sure you've understood what the question means. So I hope that helps. Please get in touch if you have any further questions or if you want to know any more information, and have a look at my other videos. Adios!